Hi, welcome to our channel. This is our first time doing this, so excuse us if it's not perfect or whatever, although I'm trying to get it perfect. But anyways, so welcome to Mom and Daughter. What is it? Okay. Welcome to our show, Mom and Daughter Pregnancy Journey. Okay.
Why is that so hard
I
for you to get?
don't know. I feel like I'm on a movie. Okay. Hi, welcome to our show. This is Mom and Daughter, our pregnancy journey. I'm Tiara.
I'm Nevaeh.
And this is our story. So here's our story about how Nevaeh told me that she was pregnant and how I told her that I was pregnant. So if you haven't figured it out, we're both pregnant.
Surprise, shawty.
So anyways, we're gonna tell our side of the story. She's gonna tell how she told me. I'm gonna tell you how I reacted, how I felt, and all of that. And then she'll tell you how it is being a pregnant teen or whatever in this generation. And yeah, that'll be like our first episode. And then from there, you guys just come along for the ride, for our pregnancy ride, and our cravings and our development and everything else, all the little fun stuff. So let's get into it.
I'm going first. Okay.
Nah, you just.
I literally just said.
I know. I gotta register. Okay. So I'm Nevaeh. I'm 17. Teen mom. Yeah. So, anyways, the way I found out is I was feeling sick or whatnot, and yeah, you know what I mean. And you just know your body. Trust yourself. No, and I was at work, and I was feeling cramps in my stomach. Yeah. So I asked my cousin to take me to Walmart to get a test. So I got a test. We went in the bathroom so I wouldn't have the evidence in my bathroom. Yeah. Went in there. I took it in there. And as soon as I got up, it was turning, both lines were there. I was like, Sanaya, look. I was shocked. I was in shock. She was like saying everything that you would think I would be saying, but I wasn't. I was just, and she was like, what are you gonna do? Oh my God, come on, you have to take another one. You know, it's false positive, da da da. So I took the other one, and it was positive. Mm-hmm. So we got in the car, and we just sat in the parking lot for a minute. Got in the car, and I called the baby's father. And he was on the phone. He was silent too, but he started crying. He started crying, and I was just like, "What are you gonna do?" And yeah, so we went home, but luckily she wasn't home, so I stayed over to Sanaya's house. And yeah, I was still in shock. I didn't really register. It really still hasn't registered to me, you know? Yeah. Ow. And then I told my nanny like a couple days at school. I was at school and I was like, Nanny, I'm pregnant. And she was like, for real? How are you feeling? Are you okay? Did you tell your mom? How are we gonna tell your mom? Come on, we had to figure it out. Da-da-da. I was like, well, we're going to Vegas, so I would tell her when we're at Vegas because it would just be me and her. And yeah. But I didn't know if I was going to tell her after the Chris Breezy concert or before. Because who wants to? No. Okay. But yeah. So we got there, and then the whole time I'm just like, don't show her. Don't say you got to pee. Don't be like you're hungry. But I did it anyway. But she was doing the same thing, though. But we're going to get to that. But yeah, we got there, and then I had the whole thing planned out. I had a little box. Yeah. I had a little box, and it had the thing that she made Leia. It was like yarn hat and a yarn little diaper thing. It was cute. And I put the pregnancy test in the little diaper thing, and in the hat, the diaper in the hat. And then I gave it to her when we was out to dinner. The food was good. Out to dinner, and yeah, her reaction was mid.
So then, before that, she told me her speech. She had a nice little speech on how she appreciates. So was it not from the heart?
No, it was about from the heart, but I keep forgetting.
So anyway, she had wrote a nice little speech to me, basically appreciating, telling me that she appreciates me as a mom, and how she sees how hard I work as a single mom with them, and trying to keep them grounded, in the Lord, and how they do listen, because I be like, do y'all not listen to me when I'm talking to you about God and all this other stuff? And she was just basically telling me that she does listen, and in her speech I could tell that she does listen to me, no matter what her facial expressions tell me. But so parents, your kids listen to you. So she handed me the box, and I opened the box. I saw the pregnancy test, and in my mind I'm thinking, oh my God, she's so freaking nosy. Why was she in my stuff? Because I'm like, this is my pregnancy test. Because I had my pregnancy test in my bathroom in a little box, because I was going to show my baby dad, and that's how I was going to tell them. And I was like, oh my God, they so nosy. I can't keep nothing from them. They just always in my business. That's what's going on in my head. So then I see 2 pregnancy tests. I'm like, hold on, I only took 1. Then I look at the lines, and those lines was light. My line was like super dark, and I was like, what is this?
Those are mine.
I was like, and meanwhile she's over across the table from me like this. And I'm like, what is this? And she's like, and I'm like, oh my God. I said, are these yours? And she's like, and I'm like, oh my God. Because in my head, I'm like, I'm freaking pregnant. She's freaking pregnant. What are we going to do? I'm still trying to process the fact that I'm pregnant. So anyway, the whole time on the trip, we both was hiding the fact that we were pregnant. She was pregnant. I was pregnant. We both had to pee at the same time. And I kept asking her, are you on? When are you coming on? Should you be coming on soon?
Being nosy. Because
I had a feeling something was just off. And so I was like, okay. I kept asking her. I was like, do you have your pads? Because, you don't want to ruin your trip not having pads. And so I'm thinking, when I had to use the restroom, and she was like, yeah, me too. And then I was hungry, and she was like, yeah, me too. And then I was sleepy, and she's like, yeah, me too. And I'm like, okay, wait, she just has my pregnancy symptoms. I'm like, I'm not thinking like she's pregnant. I'm like, okay, no, I'm not going to think like that. So anyway, when she told me, I just asked her, I was like, okay, so how far along are you? And she was like, she didn't know. And we both have this app that tracks our periods. So I asked for her phone. I looked at her phone. I switched it to the pregnancy setting. And when I saw her pregnancy setting and her due date and how far along she was, and I looked at mine, I was like, oh my God, this is gross. And that's the only thing that came to my mind. I'm like, this is gross. Like, I couldn't even say that. She's like, what? And I said, oh my God. And I was like, oh my God, like this is, no, before then I had told her it was something. I was like, I am too. And she was like, you are. She said, oh my God, Mom, you're pregnant. Crying and everything. And so that's when I asked for her phone to see what her Flow app said. And I'm like, oh my God, this is gross. And she's like, what? And so then I turned both phones around. And when I turned both phones around, they both had a little egg or whatever. And it says 5 weeks in 1 day. And our due dates were the same. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a movie. This is not real life. Like, this cannot be happening, that we're pregnant. Not only pregnant, because that's not uncommon that a mom and daughter are, are pregnant together, or that a 17-year-old or, a teenager is pregnant. But it was the fact that we're due on the same day. So that date also is, people that know me and know their dad, it's the day before his birthday. So that made it more interesting. Like, oh wow. So then I kind of chuckled because I'm like, wait till you tell your dad. That's a nice little birthday gift. So anyway, I'm thinking all of these thoughts and still can't process the fact that I'm pregnant. But my feelings towards her being pregnant, I was more hurt when I found out she was no longer a virgin. When I found out that she had lost her virginity, I cried. I worked third shift at a job and I cried all night. And it was just the fact that she just lost her, to me, her purity, and she just gave it away. And I was like, oh my gosh, she can possibly get pregnant now. And I'm like, no more little girl. She's not a little girl anymore. And so I don't know, that's all I was thinking about when she lost her virginity, is that I lost my little girl. Like, now she's a teenager doing grown up things. So anyway, when I found out that she was pregnant, I don't know if I really wasn't shocked. I was just like, well, we can't do anything about it now. And I think that's what I said to her. She was like, well, what do you I was like, we can't do nothing about it now. I mean, it is what it is. Like, you're pregnant and we're gonna have to just deal with it. Like, and that's that. Like, we just move on, do what we need to do, and that's it. So that's really all I had to say. I was just very, I guess, nonchalant about it, because I mean, I knew it was a possibility that she could be pregnant. And we don't believe in abortions. I mean, there's people out there that do, but we don't. So that wasn't an option for her. She didn't even want it. So y'all parents out there, like, oh, she made a decision for her daughter. I did not. But our family, we don't believe in abortions. But if that's your thing, then that's you. And then on top of that, I had thought about birth control, but it was like I was torn between the two, because I'm not on birth control. I don't do birth control. I've done it before, but it just messes with my hormones. So I don't do birth control. So I was like, if I don't do birth control, how can I put my kids on birth control? So unless it's like medical reasons, if they have like bad cramps and the doctor's suggesting, like, well, if they're, birth control, whatever. So I was still kind of battling between the birth control thing, and in the midst of me battling that, she wound up pregnant. And although, it's not my ideal way of, my ideal for her, that's just how the Lord planned it out for. I don't know if the Lord planned it out for us, but that's how it happened. And with the Lord and the support that she has, we'll get through it. But once I registered as a parent, I was disappointed. I will say that, because she's my role model child. Like, I was kind of shocked as well, because she is like an honor roll student. She's in track, she's in cheer, she is very loving, bubbly, she was working. So all those parents that's out there is like, oh, well, that would never happen to me. Because I'm gonna tell you, honestly, I said that. I thought that, I didn't say it would never happen to me, I just never thought about it. Because I'm like, if I don't think about it, it won't happen. And I'm like, but I did always educate my kids on sex and everything, didn't I? Mm-hmm. Told you them about condoms. I told them about STDs and how to protect themselves. And I was actually honest and raw with them. And I said that I preferably would like for you to wait until you're married. I did not. A lot of people do not. And I have to be realistic. You may not, but I would like for you to wait until after high school at least. So I am very open and honest with my kids. So I had those talks, like many other parents, or maybe some parents have not. And she was very active. I thought maybe if I kept her busy, it wouldn't happen. But that's not true, because whatever a teenager wants to do, if that's what they're gonna want to do, that's what they're gonna do. I was a teenager once, and there was things that my mom and my bonus mom, who finished raising me, would tell me not to do, and because I was rebellious, I just did it. So that's my point of view as far as the whole parenting thing and how I reacted to her. People ask me, how would I have reacted if I wasn't pregnant? I honestly can't say. I don't really know. I think I would probably be the same. Like, I probably would be still like, well, we can't do nothing. So, but, you know, move on and live with it. So now she'll just tell you how her feelings is being a teen, being pregnant as a teenager in this generation, in her experience.
To tell my mom I was nervous. That's why I called my granny. Well, my nanny. I called my nanny to ask her how to tell her. You know, because I was nervous. I was like, "What if she kicked me out? Da da da. This and this and that." And I was like, telling the baby's father to tell his peoples first, so they could just tell her themselves. Because I didn't want to tell her, but I don't know. I was nervous. We all had that, oh, she's gonna kick us out, or oh, she's gonna beat me up. But I was like, I gotta tell her. So I just worked up the courage and I told her. Yeah, I did. I don't know. So far as me being a teen mom, when I was in school, nobody really knew.
Well, teen pregnant right now.
I mean,
a pregnant teen.
A pregnant teen. I don't know. You also think about your future, like, oh my gosh, now my plans are ruined. But my plans was really track, and that's out the window. And I love track, but it is what it is. I did what I did to get this way, so you gotta deal with the consequences. So I just sucked it up, and I was like, okay, now what's the next move? My next move is college and stuff, and I'm gonna be a mother. So that's what I'm focusing on. So I'm not really dwelling on the past. And so far as my friends and all that, beforehand I wasn't really going out or nothing like that. But now they're more involved with the baby. They don't even care about me no more. No, just kidding. But they're here to support me. And then I really didn't feel no type of way because I had a support system. So if I didn't have a support system, I feel like I would be, my mindset would be way different. I would feel more alone. I don't feel alone, so I don't think about nothing like that. And then when people did react at school, it wasn't negative. Or I didn't hear no negative things, because there's always going to be negative people. But from them, they was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. And I can't wait for you to have the baby. I'm going to be an auntie, uncle. And all this stuff. And even my teachers and stuff like that, they was like, oh, you're going to do great. We're here for you. You're always a part of the team. And all that. So mine was completely different, and I can't ask for it to be any other way than when I've heard other stories. Like, so maybe that's why I'm not like, I guess it's boring for me to tell how it feels for me because of my support system.
And I wouldn't say boring. It's very encouraging because, like,
Well, yeah.
Like she said, she has that support system, which she does. She has it from me, her nanny, her friends, peers, and everything. No one has shamed her at all for it.
Well, I can't say about my father. You do want your father's, approval or whatnot, and I didn't get that, so that was a downfall. He didn't talk to me. He didn't speak to me, and he still kind of
standoffish. But he was the only one.
He was the only one.
So if it was like a lot of people, I'm sure she would be feeling some type of way about it.
And obviously, yeah, my first trimester, I did feel like, I think that was just because it was hormones and all that. I did feel down in the dumps. But I'm over it now. I feel better. No,
so that's our story. And like she said, she has a really big support system. And like I said, no one has shamed her. We've had people in our family that were teen moms before, so they know how it is. But their story is not her story. So she really has a good support system, like she said. And that's the bottom line as a parent, is to just love them through whatever. Because just like when we were younger, we went through our things. I don't know how your parent was, but I got in a lot of trouble. And I didn't really have a support system. My childhood was just totally different. So I just felt alone. But that's why I don't want to be that parent for my kids. I want to be there for them. I want them to know that they have somebody and that they can come to me and they can come to whoever. My kids know that even if they can't come to me, they have a support system. They have an adult that they can actually go to, and they don't have to run to the streets or run to Google or whatever. But so that's our story. So this is our first video. It was the introduction, and we have more videos to come. We hope you liked it. We hope you got something from it. We hope you enjoy it. We hope that you come along with us.
Are we telling how many weeks we are and stuff like that?
During our pregnancy journey. I said we were doing the same day.
I know, but was we gonna give them like exact thing or whatnot?
Yeah, that'll be another video.
Oh.
So if you want to know all that, then you gotta come back, because we're gonna have more to tell. We're gonna expose a lot more with our pregnancy. We're gonna we've been experiencing some similarities and some not. So she'll tell you what she's going through, what I'm going through, the development and everything else. So if you want to stay tuned with us and keep up with us, and along with our pregnancy journey, go ahead and subscribe and
leave a like and leave a comment.
Like, comment,
and ring that bell.
I've always wanted to do that. Okay. So anyway, all right. Till next time. Bye.
Ciao.